Unlocking every camo in Black Ops 6 Zombies is a grind. From 2,000 critical kills for military camos to brutal challenges for your specials, Opal, and Afterlife, and then there's a Nebula Camo, the ultimate flex. But what if you could do it faster? In this video, I'll show you the best methods to unlock every camo and the fastest way to get Nebula after the Season 2 update. Before we hop in, let's just have a quick word from today's sponsor. Whether you're looking to unlock the Black Ops 6 Mastery camos or grind them out in easier lobbies, you should definitely check out today's sponsor, Mitch Cactus. As the biggest, most reliable in Call of Duty, Mitch Cactus offers services on all platforms. Browse their website and you'll find multiple discounted offers available, and with my code HYPNO, you'll receive an extra discount on your order. Thank you again to Mitch Cactus for sponsoring this video. Alright, so let's begin with the military camos. In order to unlock them all, you'll need to obtain a total of 2,000 critical kills, which, if playing using traditional methods, is doable in about an hour to an hour and a half depending on what weapon you're using. But there's a much faster strategy allowing you to unlock Purple Tiger in just under 45 minutes with little to no effort, and that's all through the oil traps on Citadel de Mort. I'll run you guys through my strategy to do this as efficiently as possible. For your first attempt, I do recommend using Ether Shroud as a safety net until you get used to things. But once you're a bit more experienced, I do advise running with something like Energy Mine, which we'll get into why shortly. Along with that, I highly recommend having this augment combination for Juggernog, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, and Vulture Aid. In terms of the setup, use whatever weapon you're grinding camos for and make sure you have a Molotov and a decoy equipped. Now go ahead and load up a game of Citadel de Mort. I recommend staying in spawn for the first few rounds to farm up enough essence to eventually open all the doors leading to the castle and down to Pack-a-Punch. After killing the ghast and activating the Pack-a-Punch machine, I advise staying in this room since the spawn rates are relatively fast and you should be able to get your weapon Pack-a-Punched by round 7 or 8. Once you've Pack-a-Punched your weapon, continue farming enough essence as your next purchase is going to be Vulture Aid. The reason why we're going with Vulture Aid first is just so we have a near infinite supply of Molotovs going into the higher rounds. The next perk you'll want to buy is definitely Jug, as you'll want to have that health increase before starting with the oil traps. While setting up, make sure you're not upgrading your weapon's rarity yet, as you may need some of that salvage to craft more Molotovs in the early rounds, as you won't have a crazy amount of zombies, but later on this won't be an issue. Now that you have a Pack-a-Punched weapon, Vulture Aid, and Juggernog, make your way to spawn and activate the Rampage Inducer to maximize your kill rate per hour. Now simply walk up to the oil trap and activate it for 1000 essence and throw a Molotov on the opposing side to avoid damaging yourself. You can hop up on this ledge as you can see on screen and you will be completely safe from the oil trap's damage. If you walk over the fire, you'll take damage even if you have PhD Flopper. The only fire damage PhD Flopper would negate is from your Molotov, so it's rather useless in this scenario. The same applies for activating the trap on the other side near Speed Cola. Activate the trap, run into this corner, and throw the Molotov at the opposing end to avoid taking damage. Now you'll notice that whenever zombies walk into the fire, you'll get critical kills. These kills apply to whatever weapon you're holding out, so make sure you're holding out the weapon you're wanting to grind camos for. As of round 10, helmeted zombies will start spawning. These zombies don't always die to the oil trap as they're immune to critical damage. However, if you collect and place all 4 stamps, they'll stop spawning. So I recommend holding on to the stamp, and whenever you get a vermin round, go place the stamp, head downstairs, and buy Quick Revive. If you save and quit at any point, even if all 4 stamps have been placed, helmeted zombies will continue spawning, which is why I like to opt for Energy Mine with the turret and extra charge augment, as that'll take care of them as fast as possible going into the higher rounds. From here, you'll want to just continue running back and forth from one trap to the next. Make sure you're Pack-a-Punching and placing stamps on vermin rounds. And once you have a fair surplus of salvage, feel free to upgrade your weapon's rarity, as that's going to help speed things up dramatically. The critical damage dealt by the trap is completely based on your weapon and how upgraded said weapon is. Feel free to purchase Deadshot Daiquiri at any point as you please, as this is going to help boost damage output as well. Including setup times, you should be able to knock out all 2,000 critical kills in under 45 minutes, which is absolutely absurd. Now, let's just quickly cover the special camos. Most special camos can actually be completed with the oil trap. However, there are a few, such as the hipfire kills for the maelstrom or some camos that require brain rot zombies to kill other zombies, but realistically this can easily be done in the same game after obtaining the purple tiger camo. So as soon as you get purple tiger, just start working on those special kills in the same game. I mean, you're standing in a safe place, you're getting a bunch of criticals, it really shouldn't be too difficult. And with how fast these kills are obtained, you'll have the mystic gold camo in no time. Now let's move on to the Opal camos. These require us to get a total of 30 special zombie kills, being manglers, doppelgasts, and or mimics. In theory, you could keep your save on Citadel de Mort going, as you should have a decent amount of doppelgasts coming in. However, there's an even faster method thanks to the new zombies map, the Tomb. Simply load up a game of the Tomb with whatever weapon you need Opal camo for and activate the Rampage Inducer. I strongly recommend staying in spawn until the end of round 5 with the Rampage Inducer active, then deactivate it, because at that point you should have enough essence to actually make it all the way to the Dark Ether. When you make it to the Dark Ether, you can grab a free pack-a-punch. Simply walk up the hill and stand right here. You'll notice these two rocks. Their position will always be the same. Simply shoot one of them to get them moving and shoot the other one immediately after. Then look slightly to the right and two more rocks will orbit in the same direction. Shoot them as well. And there is a final smaller rock on the right side of that. It's always going to be in the same area. If you shoot them all in quick succession, you'll get a free pack-a-punch crystal. Now head back to the main map and over to the Deadshot Daiquiri room. In this room, you'll notice a purple lantern. When you shoot and destroy it, it'll respawn in a different room nearby after a minute or so. You'll want to keep shooting these lanterns until it appears near the workbench. On round 8, you'll actually have your first shock mimic. Kill it and you'll receive the monocle, which is essential for this step. And that's actually one of your 30 special kills right there. Now simply head over to the workbench and shoot the correct Roman numeral symbols going from 1 to 10, as you can see me do right here on screen. Once you've shot them correctly, your screen's gonna flash white and a purple orb's gonna spawn in. At this point, grabbing Deadshot Daiquiri would be great just to help dish out some more damage. After killing the first round of zombies, the purple orb's gonna move and it's gonna spawn a bunch of zombies and a shock mimic. Although it only shows up as a zombie elimination when you get the kill, it does in fact count as a special elimination, so you're making progress towards Opal. On the final wave, you'll have a mimic and 2 doppelgasts. Go ahead and kill them all, but keep a few zombies alive and then walk out of the room towards spawn. Now simply walk back into the room and you'll notice another shock mimic appears. Just go ahead and kill that, and that's gonna end the ritual for us. And as you can see, we got a total of 12 special eliminations in just about 8 minutes, including setup times. But now let's head over to the other side where death perception is, and let's do the same thing. Shoot the lantern and then shoot 8 Roman numeral symbols on this wall to initiate the next challenge. But we're gonna do things slightly differently for this one. Instead of getting through to the final round, we're only gonna clear the first wave of zombies. On the second wave, you'll get a mimic. Kill that mimic and then leave the room and come back in, and another mimic's gonna spawn in. Now just keep running in, killing the mimic, running back out, running back in, y'all get the point. And as you guys can see, we got to 31 special eliminations in just about 15 minutes. That's ridiculous. Now that we have Opal Camo unlocked, there's just 2 more camos to grind for. Afterlife and the ultimate flex, Nebula. In my humble opinion, the best option for both of these would actually be directed mode Liberty Falls. Simply load up a game of Liberty Falls and follow the on-screen objectives by heading to the church, crafting the Thrustodine, and assembling the LTG. While doing all that, since we're in directed mode, you should easily be able to knock out Afterlife by the time you've made the LTG. If not, then just sit at this round cap and farm up some more kills without getting hit. This can also be done with the oil trap method, but keep in mind you'll constantly get hit from exploding doppelgasts, parasites, and potentially even helmeted zombies if you saved and quit and or haven't placed the stamps. So this is just my personal go-to. Once you've assembled the LTG, head over to the graveyard and place it right here. Even though the on-screen objective is advising us to get the ether canister, just ignore that and place the LTG. Now we'll have to kill any zombies that try to walk into it for about 60 seconds or so, which honestly isn't too hard, especially with Energy Mine. After 60 seconds or so, either a Mangler or Abomination will spawn in, both of which are fairly easy to take out with a Pack 1 weapon and Napalm Burst. If an Abomination spawns in but you'd prefer a Mangler, then just go ahead and save and back out and try that again. After you kill the elite, you'll want to kill off all the remaining normal zombies and head back over to the LTG. As soon as the next round starts, you'll have a prompt to spawn the next elite. Go ahead and do that and keep repeating this process. While doing so, be sure to upgrade your weapon's pack-punch level and rarity just to make this as efficient as possible. And you should see that Nebula Camo pop in absolutely no time. Once again, both Afterlife and Nebula can be obtained via the trap strategy, which may be a bit faster, but a fair bit harder. So if you want a more chill method, then directed mode's definitely your best bet. And there we have it, that wraps things up on the fastest and easiest methods to obtain Nebula Camo here in Black Ops 6 Zombies. I really hope this video was helpful, and if it was, then be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with the best strategies here in Black Ops 6 Zombies. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever in the world you are, and as always, goodbye. I love you guys.